Variety is the spice of life, as they say. Hey there, Taurus, and welcome to your week of November 1st, 2021 general tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your energy coming into this week, some possible challenges for you, and some possible outcomes to hopefully help you work through those challenges. We're going to clarify all those cards and tie everything off with an oracle card at the end, so you're going to want to stick around for all that. Remember though, Taurus, these are general readings, so some, all, or none of it may resonate with you. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. It's just not your message. If it does, that's fantastic. But don't try to make no square pegs fit in no round holes, all right? So let's take a look at your energy coming into this week, Taurus. Got the Tower, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. All right. So big time change here, and a lot of different ways you can go after this change. But I feel like ultimately your hard work is what's going to be paying off here. I feel like you got that work ethic in you, the drive, the tenacity to really put the time in. The Tower represents a giant change, a big upheaval, something huge in your life, right? You need to have a Tower moment in your life in order to reach stuff like the star and the world, the big completion, where this has all been leading to, right? So that's fantastic. So I feel like that's either something you're currently experiencing or you're going to very shortly, or something you have in your recent past. We got the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you're ready to work. You're ready to pick up the pieces. You're ready to just go for it. That's awesome. And ready to learn something new as well. You know, really put the time in and commit to something, which is beautiful. And the Seven of Cups here. I feel like you have a lot of options on your table at this time. Makes sense. This is a general reading, of course, but I feel like there's a lot of opportunities and stuff here for you at this time. I would especially pay attention to your dreams at this time as well. That's generally what the Seven of Cups here is sort of depicting, someone seeing all these options in their dreams here. So if your dreams are particularly memorable and you think they pertain to what's going on in your life right now, I'd say pay attention to them. It's funny because I was when I was kind of off camera shuffling before all this, I was mentioning about a dream I had a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but a few weeks ago. It was very interesting. I don't know. That's just interesting that came up here suddenly, I find anyway. But let's get into your challenges and see what's going on in that space. We'll take that. See what's going on here in your challenges. Ten of Swords to start things off here. Also got the seven. We got the Five of Swords, and we've got the Hanged Man as well. All right. Okay, so yeah, with the Ten of Swords, something ended quickly, I feel like, or something won't end fast enough. Maybe you're still in transition with this Tower moment and you just really want it to be done and over with, but it's not ending fast enough. Or maybe something did end rather abruptly and didn't really give you time to have closure or time to really realize what is going on here. We also have the Five of Swords here. Five of Swords is kind of that, like I was talking about how you have like the work ethic in here with the Eight of Pentacles, and that's great, but you have that like kind of drive, right? And the Five of Swords can also represent being driven, but the Five of Swords tends to be that obsessive driven, where you're like, I need to win at all costs, right? So that might be a situation you're having right now where you have that work ethic, but it's kind of turning into obsession, so you need to watch out for that. Again, just be careful of that stuff. It can really derail the best of intentions you have, right? We also have the Hangman here. Maybe some stagnation going on for you as well. Or maybe you're just not learning lessons that you should be learning. Again, that can happen when you get in that obsessive like tunnel vision sort of attitude where you're just like, okay, this is all I can see. Like, this is all I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do, right? When you have that, like, you're going to win at any cost, and this is how I'm going to do it, and you kind of just focus down on it instead of kind of looking at broader strokes or broader pictures or what's going on as a whole, you know? Because there are definitely multiple ways to get to where you want to go. There's never a for sure, foregone conclusion that this is the only way to do something, right? So let's take a look. Let's see what we got for some possible outcomes here for you, Taurus. See what's going on there as well. Got the King of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. I was going to call that the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so the King of Cups here, I feel like you need to kind of take this more don't let your emotions rule you, rule your emotions, which can very much be a product of that sort of obsession here we're talking about. Like, you need to watch out for that. So I feel like that's a big key for you. You know, we get excited, we get a set that we really want something to work out and stuff, and we really hyper focus on it. And that can lead to us kind of becoming obsessive about something, right? For myself, I know I went through a bit of a phase recently where I just was like binge reading comic books, and I got, oh, this is great, and it just kind of took over everything I was doing. Like, any like spare time I had that wasn't like my work or tarot videos or anything, is like I was just reading comics like in my spare time. And then it's just sort of like when I go to talk to my friends, it's like, well, what have you been doing? It's like, well, I've been reading X-Men, Astonishing X-Men 25, and I'm like at this part, and they're doing this really cool stuff, and it's like, oh, cool, that's awesome. What else are you doing? And it's just like, I read X-Men 25. You know, it can be like that. You can get a little too obsessive, and then it just kind of becomes everything to you, right? And when you have a little more control on that, you can see that that's not all there is to life, and that's not all there is to what's going on with you, right? That's not, you know, it's no way to live when you just super focus down on something like that. Especially for like long periods of time, right? Short little bursts are okay, but when you're going for like, you know, months on end, it's like, this is all I'm doing. It's like, that's no way to be. Variety is the spice of life, as they say. We got, speaking of variety, the Three of Pentacles, talking about working on a team, working with a group here. Notice how this person in the Five of Swords is by themselves. They defeated these other two. They did it all on their own. But over here in your resolution, it's like you're working with a group here at this time. And look how it is here as well. You're practicing on your own, obsessively winning on your own. But then over here, it's like work with a group, and that's going to be your best solution. So I feel like that's what you need to do. Work with some others, talk it out, you know, figure out how to best progress and work with them. We got the Nine of Wands here as well. The Wounded Warrior, that's just saying you're down but not out. Like, I feel like, again, you're just a little too focused on something, maybe because you were hurt in the past, or maybe because you feel like something happened to you before and you need to be hyper focused and you need to do it all on your own for some reason, whatever it might be. But I feel like you kind of need to let that go a little bit and heal and rest up a bit, because there are people here that want to help you out and want to work with you legitimately. So let's take a look at your clarifiers here, Taurus, see what's going on. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. We're going to be tying everything off with an oracle card at the end of the video, so you're going to want to stick around for that after the clarifiers. But thank you again for being here, Taurus, and let's get into your clarifiers, starting with the Death card popping out for you here. Here, and we've also got the Two of Pentacles and the King of Cups yet again. All right, I like this. I feel like there's a bit of a change, or a kind of a knowing that you need to be a King of Cups here, right? We got the Tower and the Death card. Now, the Death card is a sign of Scorpio, so you may have Scorpio in your chart, or you might be dealing with a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio rising myself. Interesting enough, the King of Cups represents a water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, so very interesting. But the Death card and the Tower both represent changes, whereas the Death card is like a cycle ending, something kind of you breaking out of a cycle you going through, and the Tower is more of like this big massive change. So I feel like this is something really, it's going to be a big change for you this week, and something that you really want to change as well. I feel like you want to become that King of Cups, because maybe you feel like you know that you have a tendency to do this, like myself. I have a tendency to kind of go all in on something, and then like it kind of just becomes my world for the next while, and then it's like, and then I peter off and lose interest in it, and then it's like, and then I find something else that does this, and it's like, oh geez Louise, right? I can't tell you how much money I've wasted on like things like that, but like I feel like maybe that's kind of something for you to really be focusing down on, is like really like know that like, yes, I am aware that I have this problem and I need to put some work in on it as well. Two of Pentacles as well here. Two of Pentacles represents putting in that hard work, same as the Eight of Pentacles. But the Two of Pentacles is sort of more like maintaining the status quo. And because it came up with the King of Cups here right next to it, I feel like that's you trying to maintain this King of Cups energy throughout. Like, don't let that obsessiveness overcome you. And with the Two of Pentacles, it says that you can maintain this forever. You got it in you. So I like that. So let's take a look at clarifying some of your challenges here. There's the Wheel of Fortune coming out here for you. Let's see what else we got. All right. Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Pentacles, and the Star card. All right. So the star card, sign of Aquarius. So you may have Aquarius in your chart. Again, might be dealing with Aquarius as well throughout this time. Let me know down below if either of those is the case. But we got the star, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like that's you obsessing over the star, obsessing over your wishes coming true, you know, when you wish upon a star. So I feel like you're really really focusing on that, really focusing on the Wheel of Fortune as well, really focusing on like, yeah, I want this abundance, I want good times coming in, I want to keep this train going, like this thing that you're obsessing over. I feel like you're really focusing on that. And with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you're like, oh yeah, this is definitely worth it, right? Seven of Pentacles asks you, is the juice worth the squeeze, right? Is the hard work you're putting in worth the end result? And I feel like all of this, you're like really fixated that this is it, right? Like this has got to be it. But we're seeing here later on, like there's a bit of the wounded warrior, like got burnt a little bit by it. There's a bit of the work together as a team, because all throughout this, you're kind of like by yourself. You got the King of Cups, you know, not letting your emotions rule you. So I feel like there's this big emphasis this week for you to really rein it in and realize that there's more to anything than just this one particular thing. And that's awesome that you're enthusiastic and passionate and driven to, you know, see this thing through. But you got to realize that there is more to it out there than just this, right? So let's take a look. Let's clarify your outcome cards as well here, Scorpio. All right. Got the Queen of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Six of Swords. So yeah, Six of Swords saying the rough waters are here, but you're in them right now, but we are progressing to a better place. So I feel like we're getting this reined in, we're getting this under control, so it's not going to be such a big deal in the future. Wonderful, love that. Got the Queen of Wands here as well. Again, nurturing your passions and your desires, right? But in a healthy manner, right? Not letting all this kind of get out of control, right? We have the King of Wands here to kind of maintain stability, make sure things aren't getting too wild and crazy here. So I love that. And the Four of Wands, a card of just fantastic happiness as well. So I love that too. Mr. Spike, I don't want you playing with stuff. I'm getting tired of you cats doing this to me. But again, just focusing on your happiness and just nurturing stuff in a healthy way. So I love that. That's fantastic. So let's get this all tied off with an oracle card here at the end. Thank you so much for being here. Hope this has been resonating and helping you out, Taurus. And let's see what we got for you here, Taurus. We got the Moth Spirit, surrender now. You don't want to be doing that. Or maybe surrendering now to the idea of not letting things get out of control, right? So, but let's see what else we got here for you. And we'll take that. The Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. Yeah, just, you know, like, I feel like you're very intuitive because, like, back here, like I say, I feel like you know what the deal is here. Like, you know, maybe these are your tendencies and you're trying to work through them, trying to deal with them in a healthy manner. So I love that. Just let that kind of guide you, let that knowledge guide you through this week, and I feel like you're going to be okay. So that's awesome. So if you want to help out the channel, Taurus, you can leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. It helps out the channel a ton. Thank you again for being here, Taurus, and I hope to see you in the next video.